Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gradeup's MBA Prep channel. So, in today's video, I'm going to discuss CAT 2019 Shift-1 DILR paper. Okay, that's the first part of this video. Okay, so we'll be discussing it in over 3 parts. And why solving past year papers is important. Okay, so you must have heard a lot of people telling you that you should solve past year papers, you should solve past year papers. The the importance is that you get some idea out of the type of questions that you might encounter. Okay, and apart from that, you get that how they should have been solved. Okay, the ideal approach. Okay, and these are since the difficulty level has remained constant over the past few years, so this is a good indicator to tell you that where you stand as compared to others. All right. So in this session, we are going to discuss the first part of this DILR section of the first shift. All right. Okay, so if you are looking for CAT preparation, CAT and other MBA exam preparation, and want to get into some structured courses, okay, you can get Gradeup Super subscription. With Gradeup Super, you get structured live courses which have full syllabus coverage. You have doubt resolution mechanism, and you have expert faculty who have scored 100 percentiles in their respective sections, and all of the faculty members they have at least 99.9 plus in the section they teach. Okay, and you also get to get your performance and scorecard along with it. Okay, so we have 3 subscription plans: 18 months, 6 months, or 3 months. So accordingly, you can choose which. If you are targeting CAT and this year, you can choose a 3-month plan. If you are targeting other MBA examinations, you can choose the 6-month plan. And if you are targeting examinations in 21 and 22, so you can choose opt for the 18-month plan. So a brief about myself. Some of you might already be knowing me that I am a graduate from FMS Delhi. I am a serial CAT cracker. I've taken CAT 6 times, and every time I score 99. Like the lowest has been 99.26. Okay, and the highest has been 99.96. I am a QA and DILR expert. Okay, scoring more than 99.9 plus in each on multiple occasions in both the sections, and these have been my highest sectional scores: 100 in DILR, 99.93 in Quant. Okay, and apart from that, I've cracked several aptitude examinations, and I teach DI and LR on Gradeup platform. All right, so let's go to the first set that we are going to discuss. Okay, it says that there are 6 players. You can name them as PUW, XYZ. You don't need to worry about the exact names. Okay, because as long as all of them start with the same alphabet. Okay, so you don't need to worry that what was it? Was it Tanzi or what was it? Okay, so generally these names have the specialty that they start with the with consecutive alphabets. So that is one good part of the examination. So they competed in an archery tournament. The tournament had 3 compulsory rounds, 1, 2, 3, and in each round, every player shot an arrow at the target. And if he hit it, that's called a bullseye, and fetched a high score of 5. Okay, so the possible scores were 1 to 5. Okay, and each hit bullseye, that is a score of 5, gave a player 1 additional chance. So if you hit a 5, you get an additional chance. Okay, and to get an additional chance, so 3 were mandatory, and if you hit a 5, you get 4 chance, and so on. Okay, so the possible scores in round 4 to 6 were identical to the first 3. So in all the rounds, you could score 1 to 5. Okay, but in the first 3 rounds, if you hit a 5, you get 1 extra chance. If you hit 2 5s, you get 2 extra chances, and 3 5s would mean you get 3 extra chances. Okay, total score is the sum of his or her scores. So table gives partial information, and NP did not means that the player did not participate. Okay. So by looking at without even solving the set, we see that T played till round 4, so it must have hit 5 once in round 1 to 3. Okay, U must have hit 5 twice, and this must have hit. It must not have hit any 5. W. Okay, X must have hit 3 times, so all 3 scores must have been 5 without even solving. Solving further, we know these things. This must have been one of these must have been 5, and these must have been two of the 3 scores must have been 5. All right. Okay. Certain other conditions are given that T, U, and Y had the same total score. Okay. So that is given to you. Total scores for all players except one were multiples of 3. That is another condition. Highest total score was one more than double of the lowest score. That is also given to you. And number of players hitting bull's eye in round 2 was double that in round 3. Okay, so that is given to you. And T and Z had same score in round 1 but different scores in round 3. So let's put data which is directly given to us, which is known to us. All right. And the first thing is, let's put for T, we have, so T played till round 4. Okay. He played all 6 rounds, so his scores must have been 5, 5, and 5. Okay. This is 2 less and 1 less. Okay. So these are the scores. Then you have, what else is given? So 4th round is 5. Sorry, this was in round 2, not in 3. And in this you have 4 and 5, 1 and 2. And 1 score here. And then you have 3 and 5. And the last is 5 and 5. So it must have scored 5 twice and hence got 5 chances. Okay. So these are the scores that we have. All right. Now let us see the conditions that are given to us is, first of all, T, U and Y had same total. T, U, Y had same total. All right, that's fine. Okay. So all players except one were in multiples of 3. Okay, so one of the scores was not a multiple of 3. Other 3 scores were multiple of 3. Other 5 scores. Okay. So it means that, what does it mean? This means that this score would be 21 plus some number. Okay, so this could be the other exception as well. The highest score was one more than double of the lowest score. Okay, so highest was 2 times of lowest plus 1. Okay, and then all except one were multiples of 3, and round 2 was double that of round 3. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let us see the possibilities, right? So what are the highest possible score of X? So X has 21 till 4 rounds. So it must have had like 1, 2, 3 or 4. So its score could be 22, 23, 24 or 25. Right? If it is 23, this could be the scores. Okay. Now, one thing is given to you as 3. So highest score is twice of lowest plus 1. Okay. Twice of lowest plus 1. It means that, and see, if it is a multiple of 3. Okay, if L is a multiple of 3, let us say L is equal to 3x, so H will be equal to 6x plus 1. If H is a multiple of 3, then lowest cannot be the multiple of 3. Okay, so this condition is given to us that one of the numbers is not a multiple of 3. Okay, so all other numbers should be multiples of 3. Okay, so all other numbers should be multiples of 3. So one of the highest or the lowest score cannot be the multiple of 3. Okay. All right. So then we have, so T, U and W, they all must have multiples of 3. Okay. And highest score, what is the highest possible score for X? That is 25. Okay. What is the highest possible score for any other person? A highest possible score cannot be seen. None of them played more than 5 rounds except X. Right? So no other person can have 25 as the highest score. Okay, so no other person can have 25 as the highest score. Highest should be odd. Highest score should be odd because it is 12 plus 1. Right? It cannot be 25 for any other player. It can be 25 only for X. Okay, so what are the highest possible scores that you can have? 25, 23 and lower values, right? If it is 23, then lowest will be 11. So this is not, so if this is 23, this is 11. So this does not satisfy the condition. Hence the highest score must be 25. So X scores 25 with this score and the lowest score will be 12. So lowest would be 12. Alright, so one score is 12, one is 25, two scores are known, and then we have, what else do we have? So now this person cannot score, so can any person score 12 out of these three? No, because one of these values has to be 5, okay, if one is 5, so 14 is the minimum, okay. If one of these values is 5, then 14 will be the minimum. What is the minimum and maximum? Minimum will be 5, 5, 4 and 1, that is 15. And maximum will be 5, 5, 4 and 3, that is 5, 5, 4, 4, that is 18. So TUV will have 15 to 18, either 15 or 18. But the score of sorry, T, U and Y had this, right? So now if you take the highest of this, it is not possible to score like 8, 4, 4. That could be the 16 could be maximum. So these three have score of 15, right? So these three have scores of 15. Now who will have a score of 12? Obviously W will have a score of 12, right? W will have a score of 12. Now 12 can be achieved by 5, 4, 3, but that is not possible because if it hit a 5 here, it would have played round 4 also. So W's score are 4, 4 and 4. Okay. So W's score are 4, 4. Okay. Now we have to make 15 out of these numbers. So we will have 10, 4. So 1 will be 5 and 1 would be 1. Right. So it will be 5, 1 or 1, 5. Okay, we have to make 15, so this is 8, so it has to be 7, and out of which one of these has to be 8 plus 7, 15, and one of these has to be 5, so either it is 5, 2 or 2, 5, alright. Then you have 13, okay, 12, that is 5 and 2, so 2 times 5 and 1 time 2, okay, so 5, 5, 2 or 2, 5, 5. That we are yet to figure out, and Z we are yet to figure out the total score as well. Okay. Now let us look at some conditions. So this we have found out. Total scores were multiples of 3. That also we have found out. So this score could be 18 or 21. That will figure out. Okay. The highest score was one more than this is also done. The number of players hitting bull's eye in round 2 was double of that in round 1. Okay. So in round 2 you could have maximum of in round 2 you could not have you could have just like 4 up to maximum up to 4, right? Not all 6. So you can have 4 in this thing and 2 in this thing, or you could have 2 also and one person hitting a 5. Okay. T and Z had the same score in round 1, okay, but different scores in round 3. Alright. So T and Z have same scores in round 1, but different scores in round 3. Suppose they both have 1, 1 here. Okay, so this cannot be 5. Okay, so it means that see, Z has to have 2 5s here. Okay, Z has to have 2 5s. Okay, Z should get 2 5s because that only it can play 5 round 5. Okay, so if they have 1 1 here, if both have 1 1 here, so Z will have 5 5 here. So T will also have 5 here, which neglects our case that different scores in round 3. Hence, it means that Z did not have 1 point here. So both of them had 5 points here. So both of them had 5 points here. And this person had 1 point here. Right? So there are, how many we will get? 6. No, 6 is not possible. No, that's fine, right? This has to be double of this, right? So this is 5 4 1. Now it has to have one more 5, and then it can have 1 or 4. So 21 or 24. Okay. Now the number of players hitting bull's eye, okay, in round 2 was double that in round 3. So round 3 you can have 2 or 1 bullseye, right? If there is a 1 bullseye, you should have 2 bullseye here, okay? And like if there is a 1 bullseye, so let us calculate these. You have 12, so that will be 5 5 and 2. Okay, so if you have 5 5 and 2, if you have double 5s, then should be 5 here, and if you have 5 here, so this can be either 2 or 5. If this is 2, right, then it will be 5. So it should be like it should be 5, because you cannot have you can have 1 5. So you can have 5 5 2 like this, and then you can have 5 2 like this, and what else remains? So this is 2 5s, this is, so it has to have 1 5, so either it will become 3 or it will become 2. Hence it is not possible to have this as the result, right? So it is, this was 5 or 2 or 2 or 5. Okay, so it has to be so it has to be 5 here, and hence 2 or 5 here. So we will have 4 5s here, right? So we will have 4 5s. Five, 2, 5. Okay. Now Z can have, okay, Z can have either 1 or 4 here. But T and Z had different scores in this. So this will be 4 and this total will be 24. Okay. So this is the final table that we will have. So 15, 15, 12, 25, 15, 24. So highest score is 25. Right, if you look at the highest score, the highest total is 25. Z's total score we found out 24. Right, Z's total score was 24. Which of the following statements is true? So Z's score was 23 is false. So X was the highest scorer, 25. Right, that is correct. right? X score was 25 and he was the highest score. So this is the correct statement. What is Tanzi's score in round 3? So Tanzi's score in round 3 was 1. So the answer is 1. So this was a moderate to difficult set. Okay, should have taken around 7 to 8 minutes to solve. Okay, or maybe like if you are a fast solver, you should have done it in this time. But maybe like or it might stretch up to 8 to 10 minutes for moderate people. Okay, so those who are good, they should be able to do this in 7 to 8 minutes. If you are moderate, you should not have taken more than 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, all right. This was another set. It was on crypt arithmetic and it was a theta based set. Okay, so you had to type in the answers. So each of the digits A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, they represent different the letters represent different digits. Okay. Now the first question was which digit does the letter A represent? It was the easiest question. So there were two questions which were quite straightforward, two were time consuming. Okay. So if we say, let's say if I add two numbers, okay. If I add two 3-digit numbers, if I add two 4-digit numbers, so what do I notice if I add two x-digit numbers and I get an answer which is x plus 1 digits, the first digit is always 1, right? If I'm adding 2-digit numbers and I'm getting a 3-digit number as the answer, or if I'm adding 3-digit numbers, I'm getting 4 digits as the answer. If I'm adding 4 digits, getting the sum as 5 digits, the digit is always 1. The first digit is always 1. So if you add 6-digit numbers and I get a 7-digit number, so the answer will always be 1. Okay, hence A will be 1. Very easy question. Alright. Which digit does the letter B represent? Now what will B represent? Now this is 1. Okay, so this becomes 11. This will also be 1. This will also be 1. Okay, now let us see. If I add something plus 1, that becomes 11. So what should I add? I add 10 plus 1. Okay, 10 plus 1 will be 11. But B cannot be a 2-digit number. B is a 1-digit number, right? That's given to you. So what is the possibility in this case is it must be 9 and you must have 1 carry from this. You must have got 1 carry. That is why you got 9 plus 10 and plus 1, 11. So B represents 9. Okay. Okay. So Arvind, you should try to solve at least 3 sets to be on the safe side. And see, you do not go by any such, pre-assumption that you have to solve 2 sets. Maybe they give up 8 sets. Maybe they come up with 8 easy sets. So if you just solve 2, then you are gone, right? So that will depend on the paper. Okay, so don't go by any assumption that you have to solve just 2 sets. Okay. See that the difficulty that all these things depend on the paper itself, right? So post paper we can discuss that how many sets were ideal to be attempted and all. Okay. Now let's fill this table to find out some of these answers. So which among the digits 4, 6, 7, 8 cannot be represented by letter G? Okay, let us fill the possibilities. A we filled 1, B we filled 9. Okay. Now 1, 1 and this is 9 which gave us 11, right? Okay, so F plus F is F, right? So which 2 digits would you add so you get the same digit? If you add any 2 digits, you get a different digit, right? But there is 1 digit, that is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. So F will be 0. So I put 0, 0, I get 0 as my answer. Okay. So F is 0. Now let us see. That helps us to do something better. So A is 1. Now 1 plus 0 is C, right? 1 plus 0 is 1, but C has to be a different digit, right? So it is only possible that it is 2. It is only possible to have a different value, that is 2, right? So C will be 2. Now C is 2 and let us see H plus H is 0. Now 2 digits, do they add up to 0? No. And we knew that you had one carry also. You had one carry also. So it means H is equal to 5. So H 5 plus 5 will be 0, right? 5 plus 5 is 0. That is why one carry here. So H is 5. We have determined these digits. Alright. So can I determine any other thing? Not as of now. Not as of now. Okay. So let us solve this. Now G plus K. Now this is 0. So no carries. And here you know that you are carrying one digit. That is why 1 plus 0 is becoming 2. Okay. So G plus K. What do you get from this? That G plus K is equal to 11. And how can G and K become 11? What are the digits that add up to 11? You can have, let's find the combinations that you have. You can have 2 plus 9, right? 3 plus 8, 4 plus 7 and 5 plus 6. 4 possibilities. Don't worry about the order as of now. Just find the pairs. 2 plus 9 is possible? No, because C is already 2, right? So this is not possible. 5 plus 6 is also not possible because H is 5, right? So we cannot take 5 plus 6. So we have either 3 plus 8 or 4 plus 7, right? 3 plus 8 or 4 plus 7. So G can take any of these values. Now the question is, which of the following digits 4, 6, 7, 8 cannot be represented by G? So G can represent only these 4 variables. It cannot represent 6, right? It can represent 4, it can represent 7, it can represent 8, but it cannot represent 6. So the answer is 6, right? The answer is 6. Okay. Now let's again fill these values. A was 1, B was 9, C was 2, D was not determined yet, E also not determined, F was 0 and H was 5. Okay. And we had, what are the missing things that we had? Now you have to tell about D. D, what cannot be represented by D? Okay, so this was 1, 1, 0, 2. Now we saw that GK could be 4 plus 7 or 3 plus 8, right? 4 plus 7 or 3 plus 8, and we were carrying one here and one carry from here to here. No carries to here. No carries to here. Okay. All right. Now if G plus K is 11, okay, now G can take, what values can G take? 3, 4, 7, 8, we tested them. Okay, let us say if G is 3. If G is 3, okay, then this has to be 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3, right? 1 plus 2 is 3, but 2 is already represented by C. So G cannot be 3. Okay. Suppose G is 4. If G is 4, then J will be 3, because 1 plus J is 4. So this is 4 and K is 7. Okay. So K and G will represent 4. So these are the possibilities, right? If G is 7, okay, then J should be 6. If G is 8, then J should be 7. Okay, J should be 7. All right. So what else? What are the digits that remain? So let's fill these values. E is left, right? E is not mentioned any here. Was E mentioned anywhere? No, right? Okay. So we can have, now see, in all these three cases, either K is 7, G is 7 or J is 7, right? Either G is 7, G is 7, J is 7 or K is 7, okay? So D cannot represent 7. D cannot represent 7 because 7 is either K, either G or J. Alright? 3 is possible because say in this case 3 is not represented by any digit. So D could be 3 in this case. Okay, 4 is possible. In this case 4 is not represented. So 4 is possible. 6 is possible in this case. D is possible as 6 because 6 is not represented by this case. Or 6 is possible in this case also. Okay. But D cannot be 7 because in either case like K is 7, G is 7 or J is 7. Okay, so D cannot be 7. So this is our answer to this question. Alright. Okay, so let's do the next set. Okay, so it says that there are 4 people, PQRS, they participated in a dance competition, and ABCD were the composers who assigned them the dances. Okay, so dancers had to individually perform in 2 dance items, and the first item performed by the 4 dancers were all assigned by different music composers. Okay, so first 4 dance items, 4 different composers. Then no dance performed by her second item before the performance of first item by any of the dancers. So first they finish first dance and then do the second dance. Okay, then like all 4 finish the first dance and then start the second dance. The dancers perform their second items in the same sequence of their performance of their first items. Okay, so if let's say it is PQRS, so this sequence will also be PQRS. That is what is meant by this. Okay. Let us see if some direct information is given to you, right? So you should always start with direct data. Direct data that is given to you is the first performance was by Princess and was assigned by Badal, and last was Rani and was assigned by Gagan. Okay. So first was Princess by Badal and last was Rani by Gagan. Okay. So you are given that the order was the same. So if P performed the first dance, P would perform the fifth dance also. R performed the 8th dance, so R must have performed the 4th dance, right? Okay. The items assigned by Ashman were performed consecutively, okay? And the number of performance between items assigned by each of the remaining composers was same, okay? So what it says is that, now see, first 4 items were assigned by different composers, right? And then you will have the next 4. So if 2 assignments of a person are consecutive, that means he must have assigned 4 and 5. He must have assigned 4 and 5 because that's why they are consecutive. Otherwise, if A was here, you cannot have A here, right? A has to be somewhere after all 4 are assigned. And if A was here, then again it cannot be here because it has to be assigned by some other person. So A are consecutive. Now what is given to you is the number of performances between the items assigned by each of the remaining composers was the same. So what would it mean is, like if it is B, so I think this should be B, right? Because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 performances in between. This should be G. Sorry, last was G, right? Yes, A, B, D, G. So this was G, this is G, okay? And this will be D and D. That follows this condition, right? Items assigned by A were performed consecutively, and for each other the sequence, the number of items in between was same. So B, 4 items, and then B, D, 4 dance items, and then D, G, 4 dances in between, and then G again. Okay, so this is done, right? So we have assigned these things. No composer who assigned item to princess assigned any item to Q. So B and A could not assign to Q, right? So this is not Q. This means this is Q, right? So this is Q, this is S, and this is S. No composer who assigned item to Rani assigned any item to Samagri. So R and S should be different. So R assigned A and G, and S were assigned B and D. So that follows, right? So one of them is redundant. If you followed this, you could have filled it, or you followed this, you could have filled it. So this is the sequence P, S, Q, R, and these are the sequences of dances, and these are your performances. Okay. Alright, so let's answer the questions. Which of the following is true? The third performance was composed by Ashman. No, that is false. Okay. The second performance was composed by Dew. Yes, that is true. Okay, so you do not have to worry. Okay, others will be false, of course. Okay. Which of the following is false? Q did not perform in any item composed by Gagan. Okay, so Q and Gagan, that is false. So first statement is false, luckily. Right, if the first statement gets false, then nothing like that. Okay, others will of course be true, right? The sixth performance was composed by, so sixth was composed by B, that is Badal. The pair of performances were composed by the same composer. Okay, so what were same? So first was 4 and 5, then we had 1 and 6, 2, 7 and 3, 8. So these were the performances. So third, seventh, no. First and seventh, no. First and sixth. The answer is first and sixth. Right? So this was an easy set. Just that it took time to read the statements, but all and all it was easy and could have been done in like 5 to 6 minutes by some smart people, and maybe 6 to 8 minutes by moderate people. If you are good, you can do it in 5 to 6 minutes, and if you are moderate, you can do it in 6 to 8 minutes. All right. Okay, so we'll be discussing this sectional paper in different videos. So this was the first part. We'll be discussing in 2 more parts, and these are our courses under Gradeup Super for CAT 2021 and 2020. Okay, so these are our upcoming courses, that CAT 2021 batch 2, and for CAT 2020 we are launching a boot camp. So in which you'll be, so all 100 percentilers will be preparing you for CAT 2020. Okay, 100 percentilers in different sections. Okay, and then you will have previous year questions course that started on 14th September. That is, we are discussing past year questions in that. And there is special course for ZAT, IFT, SNAP and NMAT, and GK and current affairs course for non-CAT examinations. For all these courses, if you want to enroll in multiple courses, like suppose you are preparing for CAT and you are preparing for ZAT, IFT, etc. So you can enroll in multiple courses just by Gradeup Super. Okay, suppose if you are preparing for GK course, if you are preparing for like IFT, right, all those courses you can enroll in just Gradeup Super and get access to all these courses by just one subscription. Okay. Apart from that, these were paid courses. We do have some free series on Gradeup app. So you just need to go to the Play Store, download the Gradeup app and watch these series for free. We have multiple courses for CAT 2021 and CAT 2020. So you can watch these series on Gradeup app as well. And these are your mentors who are going to mentor you for CAT and other MBA examinations. They themselves have scored heavily in CAT and other MBA exams. Okay, serial exam crackers. They have taken exam on multiple occasions and not only taken but also cracked them with very good scores. So you can see that none of them scored below 99.9 in the respective section. Okay, and we have 100 percentilers as well in quant, DI, LR, VARC. So in each and every section we have top scorers. Okay, so you get a chance to get mentored by the best in the industry at one single platform, that is Gradeup. Okay, so if you want to enroll in some courses where you get mentorship from these mentors, you can get Gradeup super subscription. So all the best with your preparation. Have a great day. Goodbye. See you. We'll discuss other parts of this section in other videos. So do watch them. So thank you for attending the session. Have a great day. Good night.